Now I would like to hand over again to Emiliano Boss, this time with the interview with a young changemaker from Saudi Arabia. Ahla wa sahla.
Thank you so much. Diana, thank you so much. So once again, we shift from the global stage, from the conversation on the Mediterranean and the economics, the crisis and the tensions in the area, to some more, I would say, optimistic view, the daily life of one of our participants to the MEM. Thank you so much, Eman Alhajji. Welcome and thanks for our conversation. So can I start asking you to tell us a little bit more about you?
Eman Alhajji from Saudi Arabia. I lived in the US for 6 years, then I came back a PhD candidate in material science and engineering at KAUST. KAUST with more than 100 nationalities, a mother of 2 sons, and what else? Can go forever, but yeah, I'll stop here.
It's already a lot. There are a couple of details. I'll stop you on your biography. You mentioned you have been living in the US and then you moved back to Saudi Arabia. You're studying, you're researching as a PhD student and a candidate in a big campus. Can you just elaborate a little bit more of how many nationalities there? You just mentioned the numbers, but what does it mean? Is it a kind of because we might have an impression that not many people are going to Saudi Arabia to study, but you're telling me a totally different picture, totally different story. What is it about?
Yeah, let me tell you the case of the organization that I founded, Students for Sustainability, where we advocate for sustainable development. So for this organization, we have I think for the board members, more than 10 nationalities, Americans, Europeans, France and others, Italians, from Africa, from Asia, so from all around the world, we speak in a common language as international citizen or citizen of this planet Earth. At the end, we share one planet, and there is no planet B, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And why you wanted to start this kind of student group that is focusing on sustainability on the only planet we have?
Yeah, we are in a very urgent time, and as stated by the United Nations, this is a decade of change, a decade where we have to act to preserve this ecosystem, because we're reaching this tipping point of our Earth boundaries, where we need to rethink of our economic growth, environmental practices, and also social justice, where we believe that true sustainability or sustainable development is within the intersection of these 3 spheres.
That's very interesting that it's coming from a country that has been, for long, the biggest oil producer in the world. It's competing with the US, but anyway, one of the biggest for years, forever. So, and actually you are living and studying in a country that is maybe already thinking, but it has to think about the post-oil society, post-oil economy. Are you working on that?
Yes, I'm currently doing nano carbon materials research for energy storage, where batteries for smart grids, for renewables, for electric vehicles. So definitely there is a huge potential and a huge investment on this sector. We see with mega projects like MEM, other things, the country definitely is shifting to renewable energy and wants to be a leader in that sector as well. So, and we have to act fast, not just like in a strategic plan, and to move forward as well.
A couple of quick points. You mentioned the electrical vehicles. I'm a bit curious to know, are you driving yourself in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, I have the privilege to drive, and I learned it when I was in the US.
Any difference?
I would say that Saudi roads are a bit larger, much larger. In the US, they were very tiny, and we have to squeeze in different places. And I think in Saudi Arabia and the Gulf, we love things to be always large and excessive. Yeah.
Last point, there is a role that you might take as a young change maker, along with your fellow colleagues that are here sitting with us in Lugano at the MEM. So what would be your field, your road to change something if you could, or what are you working on? You mentioned already, but if you focus on something specifically.
Yeah, definitely I aspire to drive change towards sustainable development, and what I see is missing is the bridge between academia and industry and policy making. So my dream job is to link them and to make better strategic decisions for the future, linking the intellectual minds with the political minds and industrial minds.
Shukran, thank you, Eman Alhajji, for this conversation. And now I'm honored and happy to give the floor back to Diana.